Read through the short instructions and then build the return from the list of questions. In this example, I'm retired and I have some savings income. First, I'm married, so I answer yes to this question. I'm not independently taxed and I haven't elected for separate assessments, so I say no to this question. I'm the primary taxpayer. The tax is in my name, so I say yes here. I answer no to the first couple of questions, and then say yes to my spouse and I having a pension income and also having interest from a Jersey bank account. My home is in Jersey, so I answer yes to being resident for the full year. I also say yes to claim married allowance. I enter my wife's name and no to the next two questions. I now get to declare our pension income. I get paid a Social Security pension, so I use the pension statement that Social Security send in January to enter the correct figure. I am also getting a pension from my old employer, so I say yes to receiving another pension income. I click on the blue Add Record button. I use the annual pension statement I get each year to enter the name and amount I've received. There's no Jersey tax deducted when I receive the pension, so I can leave the last box blank. I then click on the red Add Record button. If I had other pensions I need to declare in the year, I could then click on the blue Add Record button to include them. I don't need to add any more, so I'm going to move on. My wife gets her own pension from Social Security, so I say yes to the next question and enter the amount that's on the pension statement. My wife also gets a pension from her old employer, so I say yes to the next question and enter the details from the paperwork. We don't get any other pensions, so I click No on the rest of the questions in this section. I can then click Next to move to the next section. We've got a joint bank account with some savings that pay interest, so I click Yes on the first question. Since it's a joint account, I'm going to enter half the interest as my income and the other half as my wife's. We don't have any other savings or investments, so I'm going to say no to all the next questions in this section. After clicking on Next, I just have a few more questions to answer. After reading them carefully, I remember we donated some money to a Jersey charity, but I don't have the paperwork to hand. Now, if I needed to leave the return to come back to it later, I can save it at any time. I just click on the Save button. I'll get an email with a link to the save form. I would just click on the link in that email and go back to where I left off. I click on the Any Other Income or Deduction section, say no to all the questions except the Giving to Jersey Charities question. Our donation was using the Jersey Gift Support Scheme, so I tick this box. We both donated £250 to Jersey Zoo, so I entered these amounts. After clicking Next, I'm ready to submit the form. I'm just going to check that I've included everything by clicking on the tabs at the top. I've declared everything correctly, so I'm going to tick the declaration box. Then click Submit. I get a message to say I've submitted it successfully. I will also get an email that confirms the time that I submitted the return, as well as a copy of the return included as a PDF.